First News with Keeler in the morning on WIBX and WIBX950.com.
Shad Crowe is on the line right now from Utica College, who is the... Shad, I guess I don't know what your exact title is. Is it head of security? What's your title there?
No, I'm the vice president for emergency management, the campus safety office. I work with them, and I also work with environmental health and conservation here at the college.
Got it. Okay. Well, a far better title than I was giving you. So, all right, but much deserved, I have to say. So, school is getting back into session. Colleges all around the country, as well as in our area, as well as Utica College. So, better this year than last year, but still different, right?
Yeah, definitely still different. Much better, though. Back when we mandated the vaccination for our students, faculty, and staff, it was a little controversial for the area. But, I'm happy to report we've had a remarkable response to that request or that mandate. We currently have about a 92% total student vaccination rate on campus, 94% residential students. Our student athletes are at 95%, and our faculty and staff are at 98%. So as a community in our Utica College bubble, we have some significant levels of vaccination.
And so, but there are some people that will not get vaccinated, and they have either a medical reason or possibly a religious reason for not getting vaccinated. Do they have to go through testing on a regular basis?
Yeah, that's correct. And actually, we're not just testing those folks with accommodations, medical and religious. We're also going to be basically conducting surveillance testing of our residential population throughout this semester.
Okay.
So we'll be grabbing approximately 200 to 300 people per week, more or less at random, testing them along with those who are not vaccinated. And that way we have a much better feel for what we have going on campus.
I've tried to sell this to some people that I get it. It's difficult. Things are changing. People are going nuts over masks. And I still do not understand the philosophy that if an elementary student wears a mask and that keeps kids in school as opposed to remote, how that is not a good thing. And all of this versus the potential of catching the virus and either bringing it home or being one of those rare cases where someone is severely affected by the virus. I don't understand the mask argument. But what is your mask policy? So these kids are almost all vaccinated. What's the policy at Utica?
Well, I don't understand the argument either, Bill. I point to the fact that last year on campus in our classrooms, we had a zero transmission rate. Not one traced back to a classroom because they were masked. Everybody was wearing a mask. Well, we're going to continue down that road. We don't have the same level of social distancing in our classrooms. So as an added level of protection, I'm all about levels of protection.
Yeah.
We're going to mask in all of our buildings. That includes residence halls when you're in a public area, all of our academic buildings, all of our student activity buildings. Obviously, if you're in your office, a faculty's office by themselves, they don't have to wear a mask. And if they're in their residence hall room, the students, they don't need the mask there. But once they step out into public, into our public spaces in those buildings, they need to be masked. And that, is really truly based on our rate of community infection outside of our Utica College bubble. Because, our college students here at UC, they interact with our community at a high level. So when that rate drops, we'll reassess and look at the mask mandate. But right now, we're gonna be very cautious.
And we're going to speak to Dr. Kent Hall from MVHS in a little while. But the reality is that with the variant, it is spreading again, and that spread is happening around here when we're spending much of our time outdoors. So you do still have to you have to wonder what's that going to mean when everybody's inside when the weather gets colder.
Oh yeah, I think we're all paying very close attention to the variant, and we've seen a few cases here at the campus that are, but unfortunately they're not on the campus at this time. But they're incoming students or incoming faculty and staff that are experiencing it. The variant. Thankfully, it happened before classes begin, which begin on Monday.
Yeah.
But we're very concerned. We want to pay very close attention. That's why we're going to continue to test. We're going to continue to mask, and we're going to try to social distance and create as many safe areas as we can on campus.
And then there are some community things that are being done by students at the school. Can you talk about that?
Sure. Amazing program this year called the Pioneer Pitch-In, driven by our Dean of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, Dr. Anthony Baird. They created a program. Actually, they kind of piggybacked onto an older, really created something really special for our area. All first-year students were involved yesterday in traveling out to, I think, 32 different locations throughout our community. And they helped at all these non-for-profits, the Root Farm, Johnson Park Community, several other locations, just helping in any way they can, learning a lot, talking to some people in the community who've had some unique experiences. Just a remarkable program, and I think a lot of our local non-for-profits were very thankful for the assistance our students provided them, and it was a great experience for our students. As you know, it was very hot yesterday.
Yeah, it was.
The conversation we had with them was, hey, use this as a frame of reference. If you're out there, raking leaves or picking up debris, you can always look back and say, today might be hot, but there was a day back in August of 2021 where it was hotter.
Yeah.
And I worked during that heat. So, yeah, they did a great job. Our students, we couldn't be more proud of our students and those volunteers that we had with them.
And these students, whether they're first year students or they're coming back, they are a part of we're all a part of this history, and hopefully in a few years, 10 years down the road, we're going to be looking back on this and things will be back to normal, and you'll look back and realize, I think when you're in the middle of it, we don't pay as much attention, but realize that we are in the middle of unprecedented history here.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I mean, certainly the effect on the college experience, the effect on everyone's lives, it's monumental, and it won't be forgotten anytime soon. So you're right. One of those times in history that we'll look back on and hope that we did a good job overcoming.
Yeah. And the other part of the program, this community program, is it gets these students, especially those who are, and even if you are in town, it gets them to experience something different. It gets them out into this community to make them a part of the community. I think that's can only be a positive. Absolutely.
I can't tell you the number of our students who said they met some really nice people in the community. They made some great connections, and we've had some pretty amazing businesses, a lot of amazing non-for-profits in our area. It's a pretty good area, and I think it's wonderful for our students to experience it.
All right, Shad Crowe with Utica College. As always, we appreciate your time and wish you guys the best this year.
Thanks, guys. Hey, go Yankees. Sorry, Bill.
Yeah. Well, I don't even think go Mets is a thing anymore.
No.
So I get it. All right, Shad. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
This podcast is sponsored by Ramp. Are you the decision maker in your company? Consider this. For the first time in decades, there's a better option for a corporate card and spend management platform. Meet Ramp, the only corporate card and spend management system designed to help you spend less money so you can make more. Most corporate credit cards offer points as incentives, but those points amount to less than their worth in real cash value. Ramp's business cards offer you cash back, real money in your pocket. Plus, you control who spends what with each vendor. And Ramp's software collects and verifies receipts automatically, which means you'll stop wasteful spending and close your books in hours instead of days. Businesses that use Ramp add up to 5% to their bottom line the first year. If you're a decision maker, adding Ramp could be one of the best decisions you've ever made. And now get $250 when you join Ramp for free. Just go to ramp.com/easy. Ramp.com/easy. RAMP.com/easy.
Cards issued by Sutton Bank and Celtic Bank, members of FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.